What's up, my pretties? It's the Queen of Lions here, and today I'm bringing you all back with another episode of Shadows and Pretties. Today, this is episode 117, and since today is Thanksgiving, and yeah, since I'm living in Canada, it is Thanksgiving where I'm at. Just thought you guys would know, because in Canada they do Thanksgiving in October, while people in the US have their Thanksgiving in November. I just thought I would clear that right now just in case you guys are confused. So to people who are watching this and they're living in Canada, happy Thanksgiving to you all. And even though it's early for people in the US, but just thought I would go ahead and, say that now. So today, this is going to be a very special Thanksgiving episode of Shadows and Pretties. And today we are going to be doing one based on a special that takes place during the second season of a TV show called Garfield and Friends. Now, most of you guys know what Garfield and Friends are, in case if you guys are wondering what that is. So, basically, Garfield's Thanksgiving special is it's a Garfield television special. I know they did other Garfield specials like Halloween one, the Christmas special, and etc. So I thought I would go ahead and, do a review on the Garfield's Thanksgiving. Now, this one was made sometime in 1989. That was when it came out. It was near Thanksgiving in the US. So, yeah. Now, there is a book adaptation of, Garfield's Thanksgiving, which I will be explaining that, there's some differences later on. Now, you can also find this special on YouTube, as YouTube does have this, along with VHS and DVD, as well as DVD copies of Garfield's holiday celebrations. So, yeah, just thought I would, state that now. So, basically, let me talk about the plot of Garfield's Thanksgiving, just in case if you guys are all wondering. Now let's get started. So, Garfield and Odie wake John out of bed with military music and drill sergeant attitude as he demands for pancakes. And coffee for breakfast. So after the meal, Garfield decides to take a nap, but changes his mind to kick Odie off the table. Before he does that, Garfield discovers that he has the appointment with the vet, but removes it, and then he ends up hoping that John would forget. He notices that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, which instantly demands John to buy the Thanksgiving food. So John agrees, but takes Garfield to the vet on the way home from the supermarket, making Garfield in a panic. So while they're at the vet, Dr. Liz Wilson examines Garfield while John attempts to talk her into going out with him on a date. So Liz reports Garfield as healthy as a horse, but is out of concern for his weight and putting the cat on the strict diet. Much to Garfield's dismay, John threatens to suffocate his way for the rest until Liz says that she will go out with him. When John and Garfield faint, an exasperated Liz agrees to go on the date with John out of annoyance, so John invites her to his house for Thanksgiving dinner. Back at home, John is excited about Liz coming over, but Garfield is absolutely miserable about putting on the diet. After eating a half of lettuce for lunch, Garfield tries to raid the refrigerator, but is prevented by Odie, who Garfield assigns to make sure the cat himself doesn't try to cheat on his diet. So, of course, later on, the next day is when Thanksgiving, where Garfield's grumpier as usual, but then John pays no attention and prepares to make the Thanksgiving meal. However, John doesn't have a clue on how to prepare a meal, so he forgot how the turkey or leave it enough time thoroughly to cook it, and tries to run it at the very high temperature in Fahrenheit. So ignores the stuffing and all that. When he told to rub the butter on the skin, he rubs it on his own skin, throws the vegetables in a pile of water in the stove, which Garfield attempts to sabotage it by adding some garlic powder. So John shaves and picks a suit, just in time for Liz to arrive and notice that he's not wearing any pants. So John then leaves to check on the meal, and Liz spends time with Garfield, casually listing some symptoms of excess dieting, which some experiences like irritability, fatigue, and such any other fakes like dementia and twitches. She then concludes that Garfield's healthy otherwise, and he instead may not be able to see the light of exercise, just so Garfield kisses her in delight. So in the kitchen, however, John is still faced with a frozen turkey and admits his defeat on cooking dinner. So Garfield manages to convince John to call Grandma, who arrives within seconds later, shoos John out of the kitchen as John distracts Liz by giving her a history lesson about Thanksgiving, so Liz falls asleep. Grandma proceeds to cook the meal. She cuts the frozen turkey into slices with a chainsaw. I think that's kind of silly. I think that's kind of silly, but at the same time, that's John's grandma for you. Add some white sauce and then batters up fried into two croissettes, which it prepares sweet potatoes by covering them with butter, brown sugar, and marshmallows, which I think that's kind of crazy, with a splitting cranberry sauce from the can and pumpkin pie. Once everything is ready, Grandma tells Garfield that Liz couldn't have a better man than John, and she better not blow it. Then Garfield and then she asks Garfield to eat a piece of pie before she leaves. So Garfield tells John and Liz that everything is ready, and they proceed to the dining room to eat. Afterwards, Liz declares that it was a wonderful meal and agrees to come back next year. So then John thanks her for inviting her and kisses his cheek. So once Liz leaves, John, Garfield, and Odie declared that it was a good day and that they were thankful for Grandma. They decide to head out for a walk after to work off the meal, but Odie is too bloated and over for eating to get off the couch. So John immediately puts Odie on a diet, and Garfield gleefully torments Odie into doing push-ups as payback for yesterday, and that's how the special ends. Well, that was it for Garfield's Thanksgiving. In my opinion, I honestly found it to be the greatest Garfield Christmas special I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen some other specials that do pretty good like this. This honestly was really good. Like, I mean, when I watched this as a kid, I think it was on TV. I really do like how, the whole concept of the story went out. It's a really good and well made 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 episode. If you were a kid, maybe, I don't know, in the 80s or 90s, you might have remembered, seeing this on TV. Like, I remember I saw it on TV as a kid, and I honestly still really like this movie. Like, I know it's a TV special. I still really find it to be really enjoyable to watch during Thanksgiving. If you happen to grow up watching this on VHS or DVD, then you're probably very lucky to be coming across this special. I have watched this special a few times on YouTube, and I do watch it every Thanksgiving. I do plan to watch it today, actually, so there's definitely that. Now, you guys might remember watching Garfield on the comic strips and all that, and if you do happen to remember that, that's pretty good because I remember looking at the Garfield comics when I was a kid. I really enjoyed that. It's actually really good, well made in detail. I actually do like it. It's pretty good. Now, if you happen to enjoy this episode of Shadows and Pretties, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button down below. Ring the bell for notification. Now, before I end, I want to say that I do like how the whole that there was a book adaptation retains the same title, but there are some differences. One of them is Odie and the Scale are not involved in Garfield's torment, and John, too deliriously happy about having Liz over for Thanksgiving, is ignorant to the fact that Garfield is misery, and Garfield is also weak and suffers from insomnia, resulting in a sleepless night. More of John and self-ruminant Thanksgiving is shown, but at the end, the turkey did not thaw, nor the butter is at a terrible state, and the sabotage is his vegetables are smoking, and the pie that he made was burnt, so John was the one who decided to call Grandma without needing Garfield to offer the idea. So at the end, there is no mention of any new diets. Odie and Garfield are sitting comfortably with their full bellies as John sees his Liz out the door, and the three agree that we're thankful to have Grandma. Now this is basic. This was created by Jim Davis, the same cartoonist who made Garfield. Now I really like this special, and I really recommend you take a look at this. Like, you could really take a look at this movie if you haven't. It's pretty good. I recommend you guys check out the movie if you haven't. Like this special if you haven't. It's a pretty good special. I recommend you guys, have a look at it. Pretty good. And I really, really, really enjoy it. So, there's definitely that. So, anyways, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, yeah, I like this special. And for those who are wondering, I recommend you go ahead and take a look at this if you haven't. It's a pretty good special, especially for Thanksgiving. And for those who haven't seen it, I recommend you check it out. I know I'm repeating myself, but you know, that's just a trait that I have a problem with and cannot really control it that well when it comes to me being autistic. Like I'm gonna say now, no one's perfect. I like this, and if you happen to like this special, feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. What would you have done to make this special of Garfield a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, everyone. And to everyone who lives in the U.S., happy early Thanksgiving. I know I'll be saying this again on the Thanksgiving day that the U.S. people in the U.S. have. And I want to say thank you so much for enjoying. And to everybody who lives in Canada and happens to be watching this video, happy Thanksgiving to you all. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Peace out and bye-bye.